Sip Raju, Sip Yogini, Sip Samatma, Sip Hitkariji, Sip Sunil Chittal, we missed you yesterday. Sip Bliko, Sip Kumar Swami, Sip Rajan, Sip Atmatre, Sip Shashikant, Sip Motkula Anand, Sip Gliko, Sip Sagai Raj, Sip Gautam, Sip Rekha, Sip Ashok Nichani, Sip Kundan, Sip Parvatiyama. And the rest of you, I can see many of you, but I don't have your names. And I don't have you on the video, but I welcome you all to the call. We have a question today, Administrator. The question today is a common question, but an uncommon answer. What is the purpose of life? So let me take the opportunity of asking you the purpose of life. Let me ask Samatma. Samatma, would you like to answer the question, Samatma? What is the purpose of life? I'm going to ask you all the question today for a change. As other the same boring process. So let me ask you different people the question, purpose and see what you have to say. Yes, Samatma.
Shivoham, sir.
Shivoham.
The purpose of this life is to find the purpose of our birth.
Yes.
Then to totally surrender, realize I am nothing, attain Pirlu, and be free from a cycle of birth and death and rebirth.
Okay. So you've got a very good assortment in your bouquet of flowers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All correct. None of the answers are wrong. All correct answers. Thank you. Let's get more people to answer. Thank you, Samatma, for the beginning. Let me ask Shashikant. Shashikant, would you share with us what is the purpose of life according to you, Shashikant? Are you there on audio? I'm not sure. If Shashikant is not coming on, we'll ask Ashok Nichani and then we'll come back. Ashok Nichani, what is the purpose of life, Ashok?
Shivam Sarji.
Shivam, sir.
The purpose of life is to know who am I and why am I here.
Okay. So by knowing who am I and why am I here, what will happen, Ashok?
I should realize that I am not the body and the mind and the ego. I am the divine, and I am here to do some service for the divine. Help
okay.
who are in need.
So everybody, that's only your purpose in life, or everybody's purpose is like that, Ashok?
So according to my purpose is to help everyone I can and to know who I am and why am I here.
Okay, let us ask more people. Today we have a guest who comes rarely but comes, Yoga Narasimhan. Yoga Narasimhan, would you like to tell us, according to you, Shashikant says he's on Shanti, he's not talking. So Yoga Narasimhan, would you like to share what is the purpose of life according to you, Yoga?
Sir, to realize that I'm not the body and mind, and mainly to get enlightenment, sir. Like everybody's leading everybody's leading this rat race and going on achievement part and ego trip. They go on ego trip and achievement path. According to me, being your Shishya, we have to go on enlightenment path, sir. Like to find out the true meaning of life. That is like enlightenment.
Thank you. Thank you for your humble submission. Sudeep Bhargava, what do you think Sudeep Bhargava is the purpose of life?
Shivam, sir.
Sure,
so for me, the purpose would be right now would be to realize that my true source of happiness would be inside rather than looking outside for the sense gratification. So when I stop looking outside, I will be able to insulate myself from the external pricks that I'm getting and live like an observer, which is my true nature, and then finally get liberated from the cycle of life and death. So
thank you. Continue, Samo.
No, that's it, sir. That's it.
Such a simple question, right? we're asking people, what is the purpose of life? 99% of the people in this world, they even ask the question, why should life have a purpose? Arey khao, piyo, maja, maja karo, maja. Maja, maja. Khao, piyo, jio. Why should life have a purpose? And I'm taking this break and then again coming back to you. If you ask a common person, if I ask my mother and father, what is the purpose of life? You know what my mother and father, they're 83 years old. You know what they will say? The purpose of life, to be happy, make others happy, do good, don't harm anybody, live a good life. The question on the Zoom call we ask, the selected few, you according to me, you are in that 0.1%, or rather I should say, you are in that 1% of people who are seeking meaning, seeking purpose. The first purpose of life, to me, is to find the purpose of life. The purpose of life is to find the purpose of life. And what is that? Today we have crossed that. All of you who are on this call, you want to find the purpose of life. But what is the purpose of life? Let me ask French Bridget Bliss, who's in Canada. Bridget Bliss, what is the purpose of life?
Hi, Shvam.
Shiva.
Purpose of life is really to be no in samsara. It's to find God and to be with God and to reach Sat Chit Ananda.
Very good,
Hi.
very good. But
Yeah.
your answer
You
is correct. Your answer
with use Pirlu.
But I'm
Yeah.
asking you,
Yeah.
why should we do this? Why should we have Pirlu? Why should we have Satchidananda? You said the purpose of life is to leave the samsara and to become one with God. Why? Why, Bridget? Why Bliss?
Why? Because I don't want to be in samsara. I
Why?
want to be in
Why?
the truth.
Why?
Because I want the truth. Why? Because I don't want life in the lie. It's not really this, and I won't really be in accord with myself. With it, I won't
So
be.
you are rare. One of the rare people who wants a deeper meaning, a deeper purpose of life. Hitkari ji, aap bolna chahte hain? What is the purpose of life? Hitkari ji?
I feel
Haji.
it is to achieve salvation. The meaning
Yes.
in the family life and social life, you should achieve salvation.
Keeping your family ties and social. You're saying with retaining your family ties and
Family
social.
ties
Right?
and everything, one should make efforts to achieve salvation.
Despite you being in the samsara, is what you're saying. Can you all hear me? Administrator? Sudeep, is the sound clear? Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Hitkari ji. So the point is, all of you are saying the right thing. Hitkari ji said, we have to be living in the samsara, we are living in the society, we are living in a family, but the purpose is salvation. Now salvation, Vijay just said, leave samsara and to become one with God, that is also salvation.
Audio is cracking, sir. Audio is cracking.
Edu, is it okay? Is it okay, not okay, Sudeep? Okay. So sometimes if it's cracking, just tell me, so I'll repeat what I'm saying. If it's cracking. So let us get some more. I can interrupt and let me get some more. Rekha Parvani, before I give you my understanding. Rekha Parvani.
Shivam here.
Shivoham.
Because I've realized that being in samsara is
we suffer triple suffering, body, mind, and ego. So that is why we need to realize the purpose of our life and to get mukti from this triple suffering and ultimately be a Jivan Mukta, because we have experienced this, that being in this samsara is only triple suffering and nothing else. It is temporary, all this happiness. Ultimate happiness is to be unite with SIP. Get rid of.
You are, yeah.
Yeah.
You have given one of the best answers. You have given one of the best. Everybody's answers are good, but you have given one of the best answers. Now let me get into it. Sanjeev, what is the, please read Sanjeev's comment. Just read it. Read the comment.
What is wrong in making happiness your purpose?
What is wrong in making happiness your purpose? Nothing wrong, Sanjeev. Sanjeev is probably new to the call, I don't know, but please listen to the answer. And Rekha Parwani said the same thing. She said, freedom from the triple suffering of body, mind, and ego is nothing but being happy. When you're free from pain, you enjoy peace and you enjoy happiness. Now, Sanjeev is probably a newcomer, and we respect his opinion. What is wrong in making happiness the purpose of life? The fact is happiness is the purpose of life. The fact is happiness is the purpose of life. But the fact is you can't be happy. Because the fact is that there is a problem with the body. Every body will grow old. Every body will die. Every body will be diseased or decay. Every body will suffer pain. Oh, that's the ad of Iodex. Have you seen the Iodex ad? Okay. So the point is, everybody in this world, this is what was said by Buddha, the enlightened one, beautifully said. He said the samsara is full of dukkha. Unfortunately, I don't believe it is full of dukkha. I believe samsara is a merry-go-round of pleasure and pain, loss and gain, sun and rain. And we experience this again and again and again. So Rekha Parwani said the purpose of life is to escape from the triple suffering of the body, mind, and ego. Sanjeev, who said, I've come to the call 3-4 times. Welcome back, Sanjeev. I appreciate. The point is this, that the purpose of life is to be happy. But what is happiness? Hidkariji said, salvation. Absolutely right. Because salvation is equal to eternal happiness. See, we are all talking of the same thing, but we are looking at it in a different angle. Some person wants happiness. Some person says happiness comes not from pleasure, but from purpose. Everybody, right from Samatma who started, and all of you who have, Sudeep, everybody contribution, Bridget Bliss, who said this. So let us understand today. Let's get straight to the subject. What is the purpose of life? The purpose of life is to realize, first of all, that life has a purpose. I hope you agree with me. Will anybody disagree with me? That we have just come to this world. We are like a football. You throw the football on the field, 11 people on one side with the blue t-shirt, 11 people on one side with red t-shirt. They kick you, in the goal, kick, out of. Finished. Is that what life is? Are you telling me life is just that? To live and die? A human being who is made with 30 trillion cells, 2 eyes which are equal to 576 megapixel each eye. We have got trillions of nerve cells. We have got sense organs. We've got a heart. We've got brain. We've got kidneys. We've got lungs. We've got liver. We've got stomach. We are such a unique creation. Why? Why did we come to this planet? There is a purpose. Every individual wants to be happy. Perfectly okay. Sanjeev, you said happy. You want to be happy? No doubt. We all should be happy. But what is the way to happiness? Is happiness about chasing pleasure? is happiness only about liberation from pain? Or is also happiness salvation? Who said becoming one with the divine? Was it Samatma or Rekha or who Sudeep? Many of, please excuse, I'm not registering all your answers. The goal, when you are liberated, when you attain the purpose of life, and you become one with the divine, which is salvation, nirvana, moksha, is a state of happiness. Bridget said, the state of Sat, Chit, Anand. Absolutely. How do you reach that state of Sat, Chit, Anand? When you attain the purpose of life, you are in that state. Sat ke chit mein jo rehta, आनंदा में रहता, सच्चिदानंदा हाल है वो, सच के एहसास में रहना, आनंदा में. Everybody wants what? आनंदा में. Anybody wants to be unhappy? You haven't met any person, anybody's life who says, Prabhu, Prabhu, mujhe thoda dukh do na. Prabhu, God, please make me unhappy, God. I am so full of happiness, God. Unhappiness, please, Prabhu. Throw some rain of unhappiness.
Voice not, audio not clear, AiR.
Okay. Now clear? Audio clear?
Yes.
So, please give me pain, God. Please give me pain. You'll think man has gone mad, crazy man. From the time we are children, we are taught success, success, success. Why? Because we believe success equals happiness. We are told, come first in class, be the best, become rich, millionaire, billionaire. We were never taught to become zillionaire. Huh? A spiritual zillionaire. This is what AiR defined it as, a spiritual zillionaire. Spiritual zillionaire means somebody who's a spiritual richest man in the world. How do you reach that? Is the purpose of life. I met a friend. Today he told me, oh, we acquired a new business, huge business. We have taken over 200 new stores in Italy, a new company. We have bought our company in Italy. Will you take with you? Will you take the stores with you? Will you take the money with you? Will you take the name with you? Will you take the brand with you? Will you take the success with you? The purpose of life is to overcome ignorance. The purpose of life is to realize the truth. The purpose of life is to reach that state of eternal happiness. Eternal happiness, where you are not dependent on possessions, on people, on a place to be happy. You are happy no matter where you are, with whom you are, whatever happens. So over to you. I want to get into the subject. I want you to ask me, what is the purpose? Ask me tough questions. Tough, because this is your life and your purpose. So you ask me according to you, what is the purpose of your life? Why are you alive? What do you want? What are you seeking? Over to you. Questions. Okay, sir. Kumar Swami, yes, sir.
Actually, the question is what is the purpose of life? So
Correct.
straight question, straight answer. The purpose of the life is to escape from rebirth. Suppose if you are not escaping from rebirth, escape from the rebirth is a point-to-point answer, this one. And if you are not escaping from the rebirth, automatically you have to suffer kama, krodha, lobha, moha, attachment, so many things will be there in the world. So the question is, what is the purpose of the life? The straight answer is, it is escape from rebirth. That is my answer.
Excellent. Now I'm going to expand your answer slightly, Kumar Swami.
Okay.
Suppose there is somebody in this world who's only wanting to escape from rebirth.
Okay.
That purpose. But every day he's living miserably. Every day he's crying. Every day he's miserable. Then is it okay?
No, sir. Actually, when the purpose, if you are having a goal of to escape from the rebirth, so before that, so many stages are there in that. First of all, you have to know that who I am, from where come, who is a God, why I am here. So many questions we have to clear. So this is a one by one step. The ultimate is escape from rebirth.
You're giving the ultimate answer. So let me explain to the group. Let me explain to the group what Kumar Swami is saying. The ultimate purpose of life. Kumar Swami said, Kumar Swami, I'm adding one word to your answer, Kumar Swami. The
Okay, sir.
ultimate purpose of life, according to Kumar Swami, is mukti, moksha, liberation and unification. What Hariprabhu ji said, salvation, same thing. Now, Kumar Swami ji, yesterday in the call we said, before you become a Jivan Mukta, before, Sunil, you missed a very important call yesterday. Before you become Jivan Mukta, before you attain moksha, you must first attain mukti. If you don't attain
Yes.
mukti, the new book we are just releasing is called Mukti, freedom. If you have no freedom from fear, no freedom from worry, some people have got freedom, they have got guilt. Oh, I am so feeling so. Why are you living with guilt? So because that person came and told me I'm living with guilt. You know what I told that person? Yesterday from Switzerland, I was in Switzerland and I told the person, अरे छोड़ो यार, क्या बोला मैं? पल में जियो, कल में मत जियो. हाँ, सुना, समझा? पर इस पल में जियो, इस पल में जियो, उस कल में नहीं जियो, जो गया हुआ कल, आने वाला कल. छोड़ो, कल को छोड़ो, पल में जियो. अगर हम पल में नहीं जीते हैं, if we are living in kal, then you have got guilt. If you are living in aane wala kal, you have got fear. So, Kumar Swami, we have to first of all be in that state, what even Bridget said, like you also agreed, that stages, pirlu,
Yes.
purification, illumination, realization, liberation, unification. So therefore, the whole stage. But finally, what Kumar Swami says, people who are advanced, they understand the importance of freedom from rebirth. But people who don't understand, the people who don't understand, they say, come on, yeah. So let's cheers. Hey, cheers ka matlab kya hai? Huh? Somebody, style. What style? To smoke with style. What is it going to get you? Every cigarette reduces life between 5 to 10 minutes. Every cigarette. That's why they say cigarette smoking is injurious to health. But people don't know. What does a cigarette do? Do you know what a cigarette does? So somebody who said the purpose of life was smoking, I told him cigarette will kill you. So he went and studied. The cigarette, when you smoke, it has tobacco. Tobacco has nicotine. Nicotine affects the nicotine receptors in the brain. The nicotine receptors in the brain release dopamine. And when they release dopamine, they become addicted. They keep craving for that nicotine. So that's why a man who wants a cigarette will say, he's desperate to have a cigarette. But how many people want to go and understand the purpose? How many people want to even study this? Chodo yaar. Very few people want to get to the depth, to the purpose of life. Atmatray.
Shivam, sir. Sir, I want to ask, what is the aggregate of agent, object, and action? Means त्रिपुटी. होता ना देखने वाला दृश्य और देखने की प्रोसेस. I want to clear about that. What is it?
What you write something somewhere in some complicated message and you are bringing to clarify. But tell us what you have read. Explain it. I mean, nobody will understand.
Triputi, I think it is a ज्ञेय ज्ञाता, जानने वाला और जानने की चीज और जानने की प्रोसेस.
I think you should read a book. It's called Drik Drisya Viveka.
Yeah.
So just to make you understand, in the Drik Drisya Viveka,
okay,
what it says, he says, I am looking at an apple.
Okay.
The apple is the object, I am the subject.
Yes.
The eyes are looking, the mind is looking at the eyes. The mind is looking at the eyes.
Yeah.
The eyes become the object. The mind becomes the subject.
Okay.
Now, the consciousness is looking at the mind. The mind becomes the object. I become the subject.
Okay. I
Now,
see.
you don't need, see, I am telling you this because in the process of my realization, I went to read so many books. I read this book also. So I'm telling you the meaning of Drik Drishya Viveka, but not needed, Atmatre. Leave it. Keep it, make it simple. You know the American formula, remember?
Can't hear you.
Huh.
Can you hear me now?
Now,
Can you hear
okay.
me?
Yes.
Remember the American formula I told you?
What is it?
You don't remember? Kiss, kiss, kiss.
Kiss.
You don't remember
No, sir.
kiss? Don't remember.
No, not remembering.
American formula, keep it simple, stupid.
I see.
KISS. KISS means keep it simple, stupid. In America, they say like that. Kiss. Keep it simple, stupid. They tell like that.
Okay.
So don't, my suggestion, Atmatray, that's not complicated. It is very simple. Atmatray, I am not the body. Body will die. People will say I passed away.
Yes.
Body came later. I came 9 months before. I was one spark. One chota kana. One small speck.
Yes.
What do you call this small speck? What's it called in Hindi? You know?
Jagot. Jagot.
In Hindi?
Hindi.
And what's it called in Hindi?
Yugmanaj.
Yugmanj. You are a small Yugmanj. Yugmanj se yatra hoti hai. When bhajan I write, Yugmanj se yatra shuru hoti hai. If you realize that, then you are Bliko. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Bliko.
Shivoham, everybody. Can we say living in presence is living in consciousness? Same thing?
When you say living in presence, what do you mean?
Living in presence, like we have to live in the
You mean in the
present moment.
Are you talking about the present? Yeah, okay.
Present moment.
No. So
present moment is living in consciousness.
Let me explain to you. Let me explain. You may be living in the present moment. All right? But in that present moment, your mind has got many thoughts. You're in the present moment. You're not going anywhere. You're in the present moment. But there are many thoughts. So are you in consciousness? Only when you are in the present moment and your mind is still. When the mind is still, then you are in consciousness.
So both is required, right? Both is required.
Both are required. Because what happens is, you may be in the present moment. You build a wall against tomorrow, you build a wall against yesterday. You're in today. But even today, your mind is troubled. Your mind is on one trouble, but your mind, somebody is troubling you. Somebody's troubling you, somebody's troubling you. And your mind is in that one trouble, that one thought on that one person who's troubling you. How are you in consciousness? When you are free from that thought, when you are thoughtless, when you are the witness, when you become the observer, then you are in consciousness. Thank you, Yogini. Both are required. Any more question? Okay, Yogini.
Shivoham, sir. The
Shivoham.
purpose of my life is to walk on the path of magic and attain moksha. Magic, that is mumukshitva, ask, GG, that is grace God, and the guidance of the Guru, that is you, ignorance, and Finally, the consciousness.
Good. I like the idea of you remembering the word magic. Because even if you are sleeping, even if you're in a movie, even if you're having just one chai and you're having one nice chai, you can remember magic. You don't forget, even if you're lost, it's kya chai hai yaar, kadak masala chai, kya chai hai. But magic, don't forget. Mumukshutva.
Right.
Ask. Grace of Guru and God. Ignorance, eliminate the ignorance and stay in consciousness. See, sometimes, today I was just writing a book on how we are stupid because we let stupid people make our life stupid. We have some stupid people in our life, and these stupid people, they pour garbage into our life, and like we are open dustbin. We are open dustbin, and these stupid people are putting garbage. And then what you say is, मैं क्या करूं? मैं क्या करूं? तुम डस्टबिन खुला रखा है तो गार्बेज ही डालेगा ना? No, you don't let the purpose of life is not to be a dustbin. Don't be anybody's dustbin. Don't be a horse. You be the boss. Don't let anybody ride you. You decide where you are going. So a good, very good answer. And the moksha is the ultimate answer. We have 3-4 comments. Let me not miss these comments. One is from Deepika Koba. Everybody has their unique and own purpose of life, and that defines the definition of happiness. Fine, Deepika. Everybody has their own unique purpose of life, but everybody has to die. And everybody has got to follow the law of karma. And everybody is coming to the same earth. It's not that you have a different earth and I have a different earth. So my dear Deepika, we have to find out what is the universal purpose. We all may have our own individual. You say we all have our own unique purpose. But there is a universal purpose. And that universal purpose is eternal happiness, everlasting peace, divine love. For example, you may have love. You may be in love with somebody. But if that love is causing you pain, then what is that love? Love should be divine. Love should be ishq hakiki. How do you get ishq hakiki? What the Sufis called. In Greece, they said, we don't want eros. We want agape. Agape was the god or goddess of divine love. Eros was the god of physical love. So, my dear friends, we want to reach that state, and this is for everybody. It is common. That was Deepika. Then we have got Sanjeev, who is very active today. Sanjeev says, thank you, Deepika. Deepika says, I like the example of dustbin. Sanjeev says, how do we know the salvation is the ultimate purpose of human life? Who decided that? Very excellent question, Sanjeev Kulkarni. Sanjeev, it is through who decided that gravity exists? Sanjeev Kulkarni. Who decided that gravity exists? Nobody decided. So Sanjeev Kulkarni, if you throw a ball up in the sky, does it go away into the sky? Or does it come down? Why does it come down? It comes down because obviously it's called inference. It comes down because there is a force called gravity. There is no proof of the force called gravity, but through inference, infer that it is gravity. So like that inference, we infer, for example, death is certain. We don't have to prove death. When a person dies, if the person had not died, then we would not burn the body or bury the body. Why do our loved ones burn the body, bury the body? Because we are sure. We say the person passed away. The person is gone. Sanjeev, where has the person gone? Who has gone? Then we see somebody coming. Somebody has arrived. Don't you say when a child is born, Sunil Chittal don't people put up in the house a board saying just arrived, just arrived. They put a board. Somebody has come. From where did they come? Where did they go? So this is called inference. So my dear Sanjeev Kulkarni, your answer, who decided? It's not who decided. Salvation is realized by inference. Inference is something, yes, if you say like science, we are like a machine, we come on and we go off, then you will never be able to attain this Friday's talk. What is tomorrow's the talk? Aparoksh Anubhuti. Tomorrow we are talking Sanjeev Kulkarni. You will understand a little bit extra tomorrow if you are there on the call. It is called Aparoksh Anubhuti. Aparoksh means beyond logic. Correct? If everything can be proved, then where did the sun come from? Where did the moon come from? Where did this universe come from? It came from a big bang. Where did the big bang came from? It came from nature. Where did nature come from? So we can go on asking questions. Well, I think Sanjeev has got many questions. I hope I've answered all. Administrator, please let me know if there's any question further to be answered. I think that the last, in which chat is it? So, my dear friends, today's discussion, before we end, please realize, is that we all want to get to that purpose. Fine. I am not telling you, I am not giving you a purpose. Am I dictating a purpose to you? Am I telling this is the purpose? I am telling you to, no. The point is that we must discover our own purpose. We are not here to live. We don't have to listen. It's called, the Buddha said, Apo Dipo Bhava. You switch on your own light. Enlightenment is not got from anybody else. Nobody can give you enlightenment. You have to switch on your own light. So Sanjeev Kulkarni says, I'm a surgeon and mostly I'm busy, unable to attend calls every day. Okay, whenever you can, you please attend. Inference is proof. Certainly is a natural phenomena. Death is certain because nature is cyclic. What comes around goes around. Salvation is a man-made construct. So no one came back to share about salvation. Okay, so I think we will have one session on, is there any proof on salvation? I think it's very easy, because if you want to know why should there be salvation, why should there be mukti, no, you don't need to. So like scientists believe, you just live and die. Aya, there. Then there's no purpose. Then you cry. And something goes wrong, you look up at the sky and you ask why. I love before I close, let me tell you one small story. I love the picture of the Time magazine cover page. Have you all seen the picture of the Time magazine cover page of scientists, astronauts who were in the space? They had gone into outer space in the space shuttle, and there was a snag, and their space shuttle was going to be destroyed. And all the astronauts there were praying with folded hands. They never believed in a God, but they were going to die. They were all going to die because the spacecraft there failed. And with the grace, the spacecraft came back to Earth. And when it came back to Earth and landed, all the astronauts, scientists, were taking a picture of them holding their hands and praying. And Time magazine took a picture, and it came on the cover page of the Time magazine. I don't remember the issue, many, many years back. Please look for that picture where scientists, astronauts who were helpless, when somebody comes and tells you that the one you love so much has cancer and they're going to die tomorrow, what do? You go down and say, Prabhu, Lord, I beg you, Lord, I beg you, save this, save my dear one. My dear friends, it is very easy to believe that there is no creator, that everything is scientific, everything happened by magic. It's very easy to believe. But let us realize that there is something divine, something very, very beyond logic. If I look behind, I'm sitting in Switzerland. If I look at these mountains, who made these mountains? I don't know if you can see. Sudhir, can you all see the mountains behind me? Who made the mountains? Where did they come from? Who made the oceans? Who made the stars in the sky? Millions of stars. Who made? Where did it come from? When will we stop? When will we stop to realize there is a creator? You may call that creator God. We don't call the creator God. We call the creator SIP. If Sanjeev is still on the call, we call the creator SIP. SIP means supreme immortal power. The supreme immortal power. It is very important for us to go in quest. We must go in quest to find that power. What is the battery that gives power to our heart to beat? Your mobile phone has a battery, your laptop has a battery. As a surgeon, Sanjeev Kulkarni, your machines, your equipments, instruments have battery, have power, cord. And when you're performing a surgery, if the power to your cord gets disconnected, if the UPS fails, then your surgery goes for a toss. You can't perform the surgery. What if the surgeon, I know of cases where a surgeon performing a surgery, the surgeon is performing a surgery and the surgeon gets a heart attack and dies while performing the surgery. What killed that surgeon in that moment? So, my dear friends, it is very important for us to get to the depth of what is the purpose of life. I think maybe we will add a session. Tomorrow, of course, is Friday. We are meeting at 7:30 with Rekha Chaudhary. I think I missed you. Anything important you want to ask me, Rekha? नहीं तो कल पूछेंगे. What do you want to ask, Rekha?
मुझे कलर्स का लॉजिक कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है.
Tomorrow, please.
Okay.
So Sanjeev Kulkarni, it was very interesting to get a surgeon's and scientific perspective. But tomorrow's session, Aparoksh Anubhuti, promises to be a good session at 7:30, my dear friends. But we will not stop at this purpose subject. We will continue in a different way. And for your interesting time, your patience, your questions, I bow down to you. Each of you is SIP. Each of you is the supreme immortal power. I bow down to you and thank you.